Classic me, starting a video off with a sigh. So I wanted to keep this video pretty casual because I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of exhausted. And it's not like I've been doing anything. It's not like I've really been exerting myself physically. On the contrary, I've been very lazy. I haven't been keeping up with going to the yoga studio or like really moving. I've been working from home all week and pretty much all of last week, so there shouldn't be a reason for me to be exhausted. I don't know if this happens to you, but do you ever just get exhausted by your own thoughts? And just get exhausted playing out all of these made up scenarios in your head and just overthinking so many things that you just start questioning your life and your purpose and like what you're even doing here? Or is it just me? Yeah, so that's essentially why I didn't film last week, because I was just exhausted mentally. Like I was having one of those weeks where I was kind of just in the low. Like honestly, some weeks you're just on such a high, right? Because you're like, life is great, I'm doing amazing, I made all the right decisions, I know what I want to do with my future, I am on the right track, right path. And then there are some weeks where you're just like, what am I doing? Like I'm a clown, you know? I'm just not doing anything meaningful with my life. So yeah, let's unpack in this video because I think this is something that everyone goes through, and I also think a universal truth that I've realized is that none of us know what we're doing here, and like literally nobody knows what they're doing. So yeah, obviously everyone has down periods and everyone has up periods, and a lot of people are very much stuck in like comparison culture. I think one thing that really helped me kind of have less dramatic down periods, because they used to be really bad and now they are a lot better, but they still happen. But one thing that really helped is deleting social media. I deleted my Instagram account recently. Actually, not recently. I think it's almost been a year. Anyways, I made a video about that. I will link it up below if you want to watch that and why I deleted my Instagram, why I decided to go for social destruction. Then yeah, please have a watch. But anyways, after deleting that and kind of living a more anonymous life, I have noticed that I do feel a lot less concerned about, you know, comparing myself to others, and especially physically, I don't do that as much, but it still gets to me. It still gets to me sometimes where I might catch up with a friend over the phone, or I might see someone's LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn, but I might see someone's post on LinkedIn and I will suddenly just question everything I'm doing and feel bad about myself. However, as I've gotten older, and again, without social media, the one thing I've realized is that we are literally all just faking it, honestly. Like, none of us actually know what we're doing, if you think about it. I think it's very interesting because around this time last year, I was living in Canada still, I was unemployed, and I had no idea what I was going to be doing in a year's time. And now I'm living in London. My whole life has changed. My living situation has changed. I'm now married. I now have a new job in a completely different industry pretty much than I worked in before. And I thought this would be really hard. I thought that this transition would be really scary and like there would be a lot of news. But honestly, it's not that bad because I know that nobody really knows what they're doing. Like right now I work in the fashion industry, which I do not have any direct experience in, but I don't feel lost at the job, you know? And sometimes I look at my managers and I'm like, do you really know what we're doing here? Like, obviously we're making clothes and we're selling those clothes to people, but what are we actually doing? Like, we don't make the clothes. We make the decisions, sure, like of what should be in the market and like how much we should buy, but like, what is that actually doing for people and for life and for humanity? And I definitely don't think we should be taking our careers this far and to this extent, but I really don't think my managers go home and think that they're changing the world. Or maybe they're simply like okay and accepting of the fact that like their work, like it's not really doing anything. I don't know how else to put it. I don't want to sound like a parrot in this video, but I guess I've just realized that like I've always thought that I could look up to adults and think that they know what they're doing and they have their life figured out, and like one day I will feel like that too. But now I'm not so sure anymore. I don't know if that feeling's ever gonna come, that I'm finally look at life and I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. And yeah, I figured it out. Oh, I think the lighting just completely changed. But yeah, that's London. I think that's something I also say in every single one of my videos since I've moved here, is that the sun comes and goes every 5 minutes. So something that's also really funny is that, so right now I live with 2 friends, obviously with the man, but also with 2 friends. And one works in consulting and one works in finance. And when I was unemployed and sad last year, I kind of looked at these people being like, yeah, they know what they're doing, or they have an end goal, like they go do their master's degrees and then they get this prestigious job. And that's it, you know, like they figured it out. And now that I'm living with them, I'm slowly realizing like, but what do they actually do? Like, what can someone tell me what a consultant actually does? And not to bash on my friends at all. I think it's just funny that like we say we are this person, like, oh, I work in fashion, or oh, I'm a consultant, but like what are you actually doing? Nobody knows. No one can tell me the answer to that question. No one can tell me what a consultant actually does. I think it's also really funny because anytime you ask a consultant, I think the kind of de facto answer is like, I'm offering solutions. And also working on a lot of slides and PowerPoints and formatting those. I guess back to philosophical Lydia, will we ever get to a point in life where we truly feel stable? You know, is there ever a time when we won't question what we're doing, and like if everything we think we want to do is kind of silly? Like, will that ever happen? I don't know. You know, like, will I be 70 years old, hopefully, and still wonder if I am doing the right thing, if I did the right things? Because I'm only 24 and I feel like I'm already feeling these things. Like, I don't know, is this just a rite of passage that you're in your 20s and things are changing and you kind of realize that things you do now set you up for the future? Is that what this is? Let me know if you're feeling something similar. Anyways, like I said, oh, the sun is back. Anyways, like I said, I wanted to keep this video super simple and just literally just talk about this realization I guess I've had, that like I don't think anyone actually knows what they're doing. I have friends that like to think that they do, and I definitely used to be the person who always wanted to show off that I knew what I was doing and that I have it all figured out and that I have a plan, but it's simply not the case, you know? All of the plans you make for yourself are honestly just made up concepts. I guess I'm also wondering if, again, this is maybe age related to me being in my mid-20s, but all these dreams that I have for myself, like, oh, one day I want to be a film composer, are these silly dreams? I know other people have obviously done them, a very small percentage, but I don't know, me and my friends, I feel like we're still naive and we're young and we're like, yeah, like anything's possible, we can do this. But then in the workplace, I look to my managers, or I don't know, I look to my more career accomplished friends, and none of them have these thoughts like, oh, I can really do whatever I say. So then I question myself and I go, wow, I am stupid for thinking I can do all these things. And that's when I have a down period, and that's when I stop making videos, because I'm just like, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I filming myself and putting it on the internet? Anyways, I will leave it at that. I feel like I just dropped a bomb of a rant. But that's truly my thought process. And I feel like if you're someone who maybe makes content, you're more in tune with your kind of negative periods, because it is the worst feeling to feel like I need to make a video, which you don't have to. This is all fake as well, right? But it's the worst feeling to feel like I need to produce content because, I don't know, you just put these expectations on yourself, but you just are not in the mood, and you feel like you have nothing to say, and you feel like no one watches your videos. Anyways, I know that some of you watch my videos, so that makes me really happy. And for the select few that do, I really appreciate it. So yeah, let me know what you think about this topic, if this is just me being a downer or this is just fact that like we're literally all just making things up as we go. Because I really think that's the case. And I'm starting to think that that doesn't change at any age, honestly. So yeah, with that, I will see you in the next video.